and welcome to One Pot, the show where I take one pot of tea and drink it while playing a game I haven't played before. Today on the slab is Doom Eternal. I've waited a long time for this game. I've been very hyped, very ready. But before we get into that, today's tea, the return of the champion, sencha, matcha, and rice. I have a lot I want to say about this game because this is very, very interesting, the direction they took. But first, I want to be honest with people. I played this game on Ultra Violence. I started on Nightmare, but it kicked my butt too hard, so I had to lower it to Ultra Violence. Definitely recommend starting on the hardest difficulty you think you can handle, and then lowering it from there to find a nice sweet spot. The game starts off very hard, and gradually gets easier, just like 2016, to the point where stuff becomes trivial, and then they introduce new stuff to mess you up. Spoiler warning, I love this game. It's absolutely great. It's fantastic. I love it. I have a couple things I would like to be improved, though. First, they changed the way grenades work. You have two kinds now, and there's like a button to switch between them. I would have just preferred if you'd keybound. I'd like separate hotkeys for the grenades. The freeze grenade and the frag grenade. Second, do I have any other bad things to say about the game? The game starts off pretty hard, and the first two levels-ish are not an accurate representation of the game as much as they're just like a tutorial level. That's not really a complaint, just an observation. You get decked out pretty quick. So they start you with the shotgun. There's no pistol in this game. Thank goodness, because the pistols sucked in 2016. It's pretty bad in most Doom games, to be honest. It's a weapon you use out of necessity, not because it's good. Returning monsters are much tougher than they were before. The first room alone taught me to respect the zombies. The basic stagger at you enemy. And Nightmare, I believe they take like 50 health per swing. So they are meant to be farmed, but you do need to respect them. So glory kills make a triumphant return. I like them. I know some people didn't like them. This game also is kind of stingy on the ammo drops. Weapons have less ammo capacity than they did before. This forces you to switch and use more weapons. Whereas if I'm playing Doom 2016, as soon as I get the super shotgun, it's pretty much over. I have the high ground. I just blow everything apart with that and never run out of shotgun shells. But in this one, I have a decent amount of upgrades. I didn't pick all the ones to go to ammunition capacity, but I'm pretty balanced, and I think I can hold 20 shotgun shells is my max capacity. Maybe I should talk about power-ups instead. Yeah, I think I'm going to talk about the new additions to the game. So overall, the Doom Slayer is a tad bit slower than the one in 2016. Now you might be like, oh no, you're just making shit up. No, he's a tad bit slower. Running speed. But second level, you unlock the dash. And you get two blinks, essentially. If you've played Overwatch, it's very similar to Tracer's blinks. A burst of movement. You need to use them for traversal a lot, and platforming. There's a lot of platforming in this game, much more than 2016, but you have double jump and double dash. That's traversal abilities, minus the meat hook, which is, it just pulls you into what you're shooting. It's awesome. Just grab a meaty target and pull yourself in. You also get the blood punch. That's the other new one. So every time you do a glory kill, you get a charge of blood punch. Blood punch superpowers your next melee. That isn't a glory kill. You can use it on bigger enemies to try and hit stun them. Honestly, this game is just a joy to play. There is a story here, and it's kind of interesting, but a lot of it is written in codex entries, like a lot of extended lore. The cutscenes are pretty short, and you can skip them this time. Thank goodness for when you go back and try and find stuff you missed. Collectibles. 2016 introduced the concept of the collectible Doom Guy toy, and you could find different Doom Guys in the level. They expanded upon that idea. Sorry, toys for every monster in the game and the Slayer. You can also find codex entries, which are illustrated by a floating flaming page. You'll see them very regularly. There's also music you can find, cheat codes for when you go replay levels, but the cheat codes do something else too, which I don't know yet. I haven't found them all. I'm not finished the game yet. Regardless of that, my time would be like 5 or 6 pots of tea. This is still a 1 pot. It's just so dang fun to play. If you like this combat loop, I'm gonna have all sorts of footage here, and some of this might be from early game where I was just terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I just got better and better at the game. After you learn how to use the meat hooks in combination with your dashes and your jumps to traverse and get around and deal with enemies on your own terms, most enemies aren't even a problem anymore. This game, I find myself using the machine gun a lot more to take out long distance precision targets that I need to just get out of the fight, or something that gets up on me when I run out of shotgun ammo. This game is just all sorts of fantastic. It's well thought out, and some people aren't going to like the fact that the game makes you use the chainsaw to regen ammo a lot of the time. Like, you can't just get your ammo pick, you have to use that chainsaw. But the chainsaw actually regens ammo. It's a cooldown, so it regens fuel slowly. I turned off tutorials because I know how to play Doom. Well, 2016 at least. And I was told very early from some early reviews that I watched, because I'm a sucker and I just was so hyped for the game, that the tutorials in the first few levels are overbearing. I probably have recorded 20 or 30 minutes of me talking about this game, and I don't want to make this one pod that long. I'm going to sum it up with Doom Eternal is a fantastic game. Even though I couldn't get the gunpowder tea I wanted for today's one pot, I gotta say, this game is just so good. Game of the Year material right here. It's got some stiff competition coming up with Resident Evil 3 Remake, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, which I'm probably not gonna play because I'm mad at Sony. So Resident Evil 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Death's End Request 2. I've just listed probably games that are going to be in my top 10 at the end of the year. But honestly, you could do worse than Doom Eternal. You do very worse. I think it's so far game of the year for me. Though it has been funny in the house, because I've been playing Doom, and the music will quiet down. I'll be able to hear it around the room on my headphones, and I just hear the dun, 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 the Animal Crossing music from the TV. That's what my brother's been playing. Animal Crossing was cool, and I shouldn't count that out as a game of the year, but not for me. I've never been into Animal Crossing. It's not my kind of game. But to those of you who will go, I'm being negative or never gave it a chance, I did, and I'm gonna make a villager. I'm gonna make Akiko, my lovely pink-haired mascot. on my brother's island, and I'll get his thoughts and then maybe do a one pot on it. But the things people have made in it astonish me, and it's really cool, and I'm glad people have the tools they do in a game like that. So whether you picked up Animal Crossing, which everyone I know who's playing it loved it, absolutely adores it, it's great. I played Doom Eternal, and everyone I know that played that loved it, except for like Wired and some people who were nitpicky about the core gameplay loop. I understand that it's not the perfect gameplay loop for everyone. But I've rambled enough, and it's going to be quite the edit for me. Yeah, 35 minutes of me just gushing about Doom. So, for like the 3 of you that watch, maybe, and make it this far in the video, thank you for watching. Put down your favorite games you played this year in the comments, or if you want to talk about Doom, go right ahead. I'm more than happy to hear your opinions on stuff. But until next time, I'm gonna go play some more Doom. Sayonara!